Okay, so let us try to create a window application that will be looking something like this. We get here 9 J labels, another J labels at the bottom. The width will be 600, height 200. We want the 1 to 9 labels to use the font Arial Bold 100, the other label Century Bold 20. So let's get started. Now here are the required import statement for our windowed application. If you're using an IDE with IntelliSense, there is no need to be bothered because once the IntelliSense detected the needs for an import statement, the IDE will automatically insert that import statement. Now, if we want our application to display windows or create window application, then we need to extend JFrame. If we want our application to react with mouse event, then we have to implement mouse listener. Now let's try to build this and see. We'll be getting an error message. Number finder is not abstract and does not override abstract method mouse exited. Okay. Uh, as part of the contract of implementing mouse listener, we need to implement all the abstract method defined in the mouse listener. So instead of extending JFrame, okay, extends myFrame. So what's myFrame? Okay, my frame is a previous class I created that implements action listener, item listener, mouse listener, as well as defining all the required abstract method. Now my frame has a constructor with a string arguments, so let's go back to number finder and supply a constructor that's also require a string argument. String title and then super title. So building this. Okay, so can now proceed. Okay, so we have here 10 J labels, so we need to define 10 J labels. But instead of individually defining the J labels, we can create an array of J labels. Okay, so all in all, there are 10 J labels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the try again, so they're all 10. Okay, so let's try to set close. Okay, so to continue, we will set the default close operation to JFrame, wait, JFrame exit on close. Okay, and then let us add the 10 J labels. So to add them, I need a for loop. Start with 1 and then ends at 9, incrementing 1 by 1. Let's instantiate lsi equals new J label I plus string. Okay, so this is the reason why we're starting with 1, so that our first label will have a label or a text of 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then let us add the label. But for that, Let's set its font to F1, but I have to create that font first here. So font F1 equals new font. Okay, so it will be Arial. Arial font bold and 100. 100. Okay, so once the font is created, we can now supply this parameter for our set font. Finally, let's add the label. Okay, let's try to build this. Okay, that's no error. Let's go back here. So number finder. Okay, already set up the runner to create an instance of the number finder application, setting its visibility to true and setting the size to 600 and 200. Okay, so let's rebuild this file and run the file. Okay, notice that we just simply display 9. This is the result when we did not describe the flow layout or the layout manager. So let's add the layout manager to our number finder. So let's start here, set layout to new flow layout. Okay, go back to runner. Let's rebuild, run the program, run the file. Okay, so we have number finder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're missing the last label, the try again label. Let's do that. So in our array, we already use array elements from index 1 to 9. The only available uh, component or element is label 0. So let us that. uh, yes, okay, it's a sheet. New JLabel. Now for test purposes, I will write here try again. Now let us make it use the font set font. Okay, new font. This will be Century. Bold and 20. Now let's add it. ls element 0. Oh, sorry. Save. Okay, back to runner. Rebuild and run. Okay, good.